Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Chrissy Sawyer here. Welcome new subs. Thanks for your beautiful comments on yesterday's video. Now, if any of you have watched the collab video I did with Steph, I Scry with Steph. I think it was about 2 or 3 videos ago. Check it out. It's a gorgeous video. But wow, the thing I was about to say is gone. Okay, let's go in cold. It'll come back to me. Because I said something I know what it was. I said to Steph, do you ever watch your videos back and activate something within you? She went, yeah, I do. Well, I watched yesterday's video back this morning, and it's just activating button after button after button. And I think it was the Queen of Coins that 1111. I think it was the Queen of Coins that came out, and I said, I just don't believe her. So this is the Queen of the physical, the Queen of the built world. And by the way, that deck that I couldn't remember the name of, dust, is the Enchanted Soul. And so this morning it's just been one massive download. So I'm going to share it with you because I know I'm not the only one in it. And what's come in is the leaving home, is the breaking away from the solidity and the stability of that Queen of Coins. Because in her, I saw myself. So if I use myself as an example of what maybe this transition is going to look like, feel like. Yeah. I'm just reminded, I watched one of Steph's videos this morning. I think it was the Scorpio in the water sign. I think it was a Scorpio reading. And she uses Ghost Tube, and Ghost Tube just said pathetic. And I just laughed at myself so hard because I can see there's some, I need to ring my own bullshit bell. So I've been ringing it all morning, and I can see what's trying to break through. And it's a small thing, but it's massive to me. And it will be a real kind of leaving home. And the thing that wants to be birthed is, I can't wait to go live. I think I've said that since the start of Zeta. Let's get up to 1,000 subs and then I can go live. So I've noticed recently a ton of subs have come pouring in, and we're knocking on the door of 1,000 subs. So this morning, it's like, I need to teach myself how to go live because this could happen quite quickly. So I go in, I do all the research, and it's going to be far easier than I think. I find tech brilliant, but it's not my favorite pen pal. And I let myself get stymied because I overthink. And so I did loads of research this morning. And I discovered that in the time it's taken Zeta to start knocking on the door of 1,000 subs, YouTube has changed its parameters. So if I go live from desktop, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant how many subs I have. If I go live from my mobile, I need 1,000 subs. So I could go live now. Okay. And so what does that feel like? The feeling of going live is exposure, being seen, being in a live space. I have no fear about what constitutes a mistake or getting it wrong. That's part of the learning. That doesn't bother me at all. But there's something about being seen. Okay, so this weekend I'm going to practice going live. So it might be time for you to hit the notification button. And then maybe as we move forward, I might do a scheduled live session. I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll do live sessions and then a little reading for every sign. I don't know. And I'm not cementing anything. It's just coming in and I have to respond. Or I can stay in that Queen of Coins, with my tiara, because it is very comfortable. Where I am at the moment, it's very comfortable, and I'm pushing, and I want something new. And so I pull out the Black Moon astrology cards, and God, I hope I'm speaking to the collective, because self-indulgence on YouTube isn't my gig, but I hope I'm speaking to the collective, because the first card out is communication. Now, we had third house, didn't we, yesterday, and communication, the house of Gemini. And so we have, oh gosh. So this is saying, how are you going to use these new energies? How are you going to use these new thoughts and messages? I want to use them openly and honestly and adventurously, because I'm going to have to explore new tech. Definitely new software, maybe new hardware, don't know yet. Need to work all the shenanigans out. So we have air element and communicating. So communicating in a different way, communicating live on YouTube, could feel amazing. Actually, I've got the joy of it coming in now, and it's reminding me of a wish I made years ago. Interesting. Okay, now. So it's like the cooking pot that got created between Uranus and Jupiter is bubbling and producing, because I can feel the energy now. I couldn't really feel it at the time, little bits, but now it's building. And so we have genius coming in. And Uranus is the higher mind. So we consider this as the air element. If we consider these as maybe Mercury and Uranus, the lower and the higher mind coming together. This is worlds colliding, isn't it? Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. I've got amplification here. And so it's like my guides want to play with you live. That's gorgeous. That makes me want to cry. Yeah, playtime. They want to play in a dynamic live space. Something beautiful is happening here. Oh, please forgive me. If this turns a bit self-indulgent, will you indulge me? Will you hold space for me? Because I'm going to process this as I'm bringing it through. I'm going to birth it as I'm recording. So my personal year this year is 48, 12, 3. It's bringing the blueprint in and building it in that 8 energy in a container. The container might be a new way to work with YouTube. And this destiny point will be coming through for more than me, because it's followed by Aries, and in tropical astrology, the North Node is in Aries. In sidereal, it's in Pisces. So we've still got that Alpha Omega point. It's that rocking point, which is going to help us kind of fuse using that 7 energy to balance the seesaw. Which way am I going? And then the honest, brutal truth of that. Am I conning myself into believing I'm going forward when actually I'm staying the same? And I can see elements of that in myself, in the comfort of comfort. I'm in the comfort of comfort. But it's time to come out of the cave. Okay. In the first house of I am, and the 13-4, it's almost Plutonic energy. It wants the death and the transformation to rebirth into that 4. It's like that. What? Spontaneous mobilization? Spontaneous mobilization? And yeah, here we have the perfect partnership. This is Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius. 23 is the collective rise, the rise into the higher mind, into the higher senses, and the sensory perception going up a notch, becoming more sensitive. And if we have the house of Taurus in here in this space, then we're definitely speaking to foundation. So the collective rise is going to show up in the physical, is what I'm saying. I'm just guided to pull some element cards. So these are them. Check out this guy's website as well. Is it on here? Has he not put his name on here? Well, you'll find it by Googling this deck, but check out this guy. He's a complete nerd. I love him. He's brilliant. So I'm going to put these face down and just spread them out. And I'm going to keep looking at you. Why don't I just choose 2 or 3 cards? That's it. So first we have on that very sensitive 21 scandium. So these are vacuum distilled. There it is. That's the void that came in that 104 yesterday. Whatever that card was, the galactic deck 104. Was it a Sasani leaving home? Distilled in the vacuum. So distilled scandium crystals are destined for use in daylight spectrum, metal, halide, arc lights. Aluminium for bicycle frames, baseball bats can be strengthened with a few percent of scandium. So strengthening. Distilled in the void, strengthening. Ununoctium. Ununoctium, radioactive. Discovered in 2006, another 8 in Russia and the United States. Ununoctium is a placeholder assigned until we've had this before, haven't we? Until the element has been given a final name. So the space is being held for the shift and the movement, the transition, the rebirth. And what this element is telling me is don't worry about defining it just yet. This is the playtime. Don't quite know what it's going to be. I'm just going a step at a time, sustainable growth, one step at a time. Its discovery has been reliably claimed, but remains to be independently verified before a name is officially assigned. Oh, here we go. And plutonium. Yeah, highly toxic, transformative. I'm just catching up. A bit of a there's a bit of a time lag there. Right, I'm going to pull one of these. These are singing to me today, and this is the Sacred Geometry Activations book. That actually speaks to that. So 10 energy, self-discovery, and this is the placeholder until you decide what it is. So this is not normal Okay, we have Uranus and Aquarius and Pluto on the table, and destiny. And all of that equals your unique expression, self-discovery, rather than being named by another. Yeah, thank you. I've been noticing recently, it's hard enough on my website to describe what I do. I find it the biggest challenge to describe what I do because it's so it's complex. It's complex. And when my lovely clients give me a special thank you at the end of a session, they pause on this point in every sentence, no matter how the sentence is expressed. And it might be something like, I'm so glad I chose you as a, and there's this pause. And all sorts of things come out and they all apply. And I don't get attached to the label because that would lock me into a tram line. But it's so beautiful to see myself through the many lenses of the people that I work with. Self-discovery. Shall I read from that? Shall I read from that? Self-discovery. Or is it obvious? Let's see. I've got the wrong book. That's right. Do you know what? Okay, I'm just going to move into this moment of confusion because this is not that. This is a different deck and I don't know where the book is. It'll be in that cupboard somewhere. But I'm going to read card number 10 from this, which is authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. Yeah. So we've got Aries on the table in the first house of I am, and don't mistake power for control. The word authority has mostly been used to describe the powers that rule, govern, lead, direct, control, and protect. It's also been closely associated with the powers that dominate, suppress, enforce, demand, and scare us. Yeah. Authority is about power. True authority is generated by maturity, knowledge, and wisdom. I'm going to stop there because that says everything. And so what this image speaks to me of is everything comes out of the flower and life. So if I got a compass and a pencil, I could draw the flower of life, which has generated these angles, angels, these angles and the geometry. And if we strip the flower of life back to the first two cells that split, the vesica, that's within you. That's within you at a molecular level, cellular level, whatever. I'm not a scientist. And what this is telling me is you have everything you need, whether you can see it or not, or touch it or grasp it or harness it, you have everything that you need to express yourself in your fullest desire, if you dare. We spoke to this yesterday, the 4 directions and the symbol for earth, it's the cross in the circle. Coming in on that 22 that wants to build, and yesterday's came in on the 44, didn't it? Bringing heaven to earth. So the 22, the master builder, wants to build sensitively, intuitively, organically. And in that, I can see that it's almost like those two are fused together and there's this expansion and collapse. And the collapse leaves a nucleus which is strengthened from that experience. So that reminds me, a couple of mornings ago, I was journeying with Sedna and learning about her. And she gave me this image of, see if I can draw it for you. Sedna. And her strange elliptical orbit. But then she gave me this. And the message I got was about active intelligence. So I recently heard the most beautiful description of spirituality. It's an odd word because it keeps getting conflated with religion. Spirituality described by Sadhguru as the endlessly seeking intelligence. Okay, so this is the intelligence that goes beyond its doors and beyond its limits. And what Sedna was teaching me was, it was about how I work, but I'm not the only person on this planet, is I go right out and then I come back and I integrate the knowledge and I just sit and spin. Then I pick up the next orbit and I go out further and I come back and I integrate and I spin. And I just keep going out in these ever bigger circles. I made myself dizzy. Give me a minute. So I wonder if that wants to speak to the mystical shaman deck. But it feels galactic. Let's play. Let us play. 4 directions. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, lol. That is the name of the deck. So the mystical shaman is speaking to, the 4 directions, is speaking to okay, this is taking me to a question I asked the other morning about stereotypes applied to planets. Stereotypes like sun masculine, moon feminine. And what if we reverse that and what happens? What if the moon is masculine and the sun is feminine? What if that is the feminine blade? Thank you. I've just been reminded of something I didn't write down. What if that is the feminine blade, the feminine focus? It's interesting because what I see now is the moon, but in relation to the sun, the moon is coming forward. Gosh, this is really active. This is like an opening into the cosmos from this reality. Coming in on that 6. It's like what's that found? Let's see if that comes in. So I get feminine hunter here. This is I'm liking this. And Saturn, and there is definitely something happening with time. It's not so much that it's collapsing, it's that it's integrating, harmonizing and integrating. So how does that relate to the 4 directions? I don't know. I don't know. Where am I going? Okay. Light seers. Okay. Yeah, it's, I want to speak to how that fell because it just kind of went like, it, it's like the effortlessness. It's like, why have you been searching for me? I've been there, been there. So the beginning of something being built in the physical, Ace of Pentacles, and or a new opportunity to build in the physical. Shaman Time Blade. Keep going. Anything from those. What happens if I do that? You've got the answers. Feel free to whisper below. Okay, let's have some more clarity on this, please. Yeah. Yeah, there's the holding on. But with that also on the table, It could also speak to slow, sustainable growth and a little bit here and a little bit there, rather than pushing everything at something and ignoring kind of the laws of organic growth, slow organic growth. Yeah. So this is like clear logic. This is cutting through the old narratives. It's cutting through all the old limitations, the stagnancy. I mean, up there, can you imagine how clear the air is up there? Getting above yourself, getting above yourself. Because this time of change, for those who are in it, is going to challenge every limited, small narrative within us. But the energies are beautifully supportive. It's happening beautifully. So this is like, for me, this is the image of blending logic and reason with the mystical world. So listening to the hidden voices. Yeah, really tuning in. Oh, interesting. Yeah, yeah, brilliant. Yeah, cutting away the romance, just cutting away that dreaminess, jumping on that horse and going for it. It's that, cutting away the dreaminess. Jumping on the chariot and going for it and making your own decisions. Self-discovery, the Hierophant, the Pope to the priestess. And what if you give yourself a year just to do this staircase, just this staircase, a whole year? Breathe. Steady, steady, steady growth in what might be fast-moving energy. Okie dokie. Should we start wrapping this up? Where am I going? Yeah. I'm going to go to the Wisdom Oracle. Colette Baron Reed. See if we can pull this into the mundane. What was that card yesterday that I wanted to tear? I wanted to tear it in half and throw it away. What was it? It was a fear card, wasn't it? Well, because I kind of want to do the same with that. Because are we done? Are we done? Yeah. And I think the abundance card that finished yesterday's reading was deepening. So this is really deepening into, where's he gone? Into the deep, slow thinking. The deep, slow thinking. To steadfastly plot your way forward, a step at a time. There's so much in this card, it's beautiful. 26-8, karma. and a question about building a new harmonic, building a new way in love and harmony. Harmony with your organic expression, harmony with your son, with the truth of who you are, no matter what is around you. New light codes, kundalini, DNA activation, feeding the inner child. Feeding the inner child. Beautiful. And yeah. And what I'm going to do is just step into what if that moon is masculine? And an energy within me is coming from around the higher heart, just begins to expand. It's cool, cold, begins to expand. Mm. Underlying energy. Beautiful. Thunderbirds are go. That's it, guys. Thank you very much for holding space. I hope you took something from this. I hope it wasn't too self-indulgent. It has helped me enormously. Yeah. Beautiful. Your expression, individuality. Yeah. I don't know if I hold with that, but I definitely understand. Oh, look, 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 look. Oh, my word. Stop it. These cards are so cheeky. Oh, I could just go through the whole deck. Right. Let me just give you a quick. I can't hold them. Okay. First of all, awakening intuition, change, clearing. So moving through the blocks, understanding what the blocks are. My blocks didn't ring the bullshit bell early enough. Nervousness, excuses, being truly comfortable. Letting go, moving into a truer offering, divine flow, allowing inner child. It's playtime. Okay, wings wide, fly, have fun, fall, get bruised, bust some bones, get up again, open your wings, fly again. Okay, guys, thank you for being here. This was wonderful, and I look forward to being with you again in a very different way. Okay, take care. Have a wonderful weekend. See you soon. Bye.